It's really crazy how one idea or one book can completely change the way that you view something. And for me, that was the Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. That book completely changed the way that I view my money and my finances, and it completely changed the way that I act about my money and my finances. Before we get started, my name is Chase. I'm 21 years old. I live completely by myself with no stress, never have to worry about getting paid, never have to worry about paying the bills. I have a fully paid off vehicle. I have a fully funded emergency fund. I have over $34,000 invested, and I'm doing all that while working a normal 9 to 5 job, just like probably everybody else. Now, a big part that I'm able to achieve that at my age is because I literally read this book. That is like probably the biggest reason, because I read this book and it changed everything. It changed my perspective on everything about money, everything about what I'm doing with my money. And yeah, so real quick, I'm just going to kind of explain in this video what the book is about and why I think you should read it. The biggest lessons that I took from the book, right, is that one, debt is your biggest enemy, right? It might be controversial. Some people think you can use debt to your advantage. Some people think debt is your biggest enemy. I think debt is a big enemy. But I also haven't looked into and learned about how I can use it to my advantage fully yet. So I'm open to learn about that. But at the moment, I believe that it is an enemy because income is your number one wealth building tool. And if you have to pay off debt each month, you're not using your number one wealth building tool to your advantage. Number two is that you need to have an emergency fund because you never know what might happen. The unexpected is going to happen at the most unexpected times. That's why it's called the unexpected. So have an emergency fund, minimum $1,000. Fully funded, 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. Number three, you need to have a budget so that you're in control of your money. And number four is normal people can become wealthy too, right? That is probably the biggest point for me, is that normal people can become wealthy. I'm a normal person. I work a normal job, but I know I can become wealthy as long as I follow the steps that are in this book. Now, speaking about steps, this book is built around the idea of his baby steps, which, if you don't know what the baby steps are, I'll go over them really quick. Number one, save $1,000 for your emergency fund. Number two, pay off all your debt except your mortgage. Number three, save 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund in a high yield savings account. Number four, save 15% of your income towards retirement. Number five, save for your kids' college. I don't have kids yet, so I'm skipping this step. Number six, pay off your home early. I also don't have a home yet, but I'm saving towards a home, so I'll count this. I'm doing this step right now. And number seven is build wealth and give. Those are the baby steps. They're not easy, right? They're not easy, but they are super simple, and it is a super simple way to look about your money and to act on your money to become wealthy. It's going to take time, right? It's not going to be the quickest thing in the world, but it will work. Like, there's been thousands of millionaires that they interviewed, thousands of normal people too, that did these baby steps. They work 100%. As long as you do them and you don't take shortcuts and you stay consistent with them, they will work. Number three, why this book changed people's lives and why I think you should read the book is because, like I just said, it makes money simple, right? It's not going to be easy all the time, but it makes money simple. It is probably the most simple way to become wealthy, in my opinion. Next, it teaches behavior, not just math. What I mean by that a lot of these books about finance, I'm reading a couple right now, but a lot of these books give you a bunch of numbers about, it gives you basically a bunch of numbers. It tells you to pay your debt off from the highest interest rate down. This book tells you basically to do the opposite. It tells you to pay your debt off from the lowest debt to the highest debt, regardless of interest rate. And what that does is it teaches behavior, right? Because it builds momentum, it builds motivation, it builds consistency, it builds habits. And at the end of the day, human behavior is so important because it doesn't just help you win in money, it helps you win in life. Next is why I think you should read this book and why it has changed people's lives is because throughout the whole book, there are stories of real people who have been in situations worse than you. I promise they have been in situations worse than that you're in right now. And it just goes to show normal people can do this, right? You don't need to be rich. You don't need to make a lot of money right now. You can work a normal job and still build wealth as long as you do what he says. And I mean, yeah, that's why I think you should read the book, and that's why I think it has really changed people's lives. It's changed my life. I can 100% say that. But it's really just crazy to think about. Sometimes all it takes is one idea that can completely change your perspective on something. And yeah, for me, it was literally this book. And it just, I have a video about how motivation is a lie, but this book really motivated me to start doing my money right. My discipline and consistency has helped me keep it going, but it really did motivate me to start. And I promise, it will help you. If you want full control of your money and your finances, read this book. It will 100% help. If it doesn't, you're not doing anything right. I promise you're not doing everything right. But read the book. He also has a podcast. I personally love to listen to this. It's the Ramsey Show. I just listen to it on Spotify. It comes out Monday through Friday every day. It's like 2.5 hours. I usually just listen to it on the way home from work. It's like about 20-25 minute drive. But it's just real people explaining their stories on how they're in such bad situations, and then he kind of explains through the baby steps what they should do to get out of those situations, and which is kind of just what the whole book explains. So that's pretty much all I got. For real, give this book a try. I don't think you'll regret it. If you do, I'm sorry. You could blame me. Whatever. But give it a try. That's all I got. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Comment if you have read this book already, or comment other books that maybe people might want to read, right? That might open up your views or open up your brain to different views about finances. So make sure you comment something below, like the video, subscribe. I appreciate everybody for watching. Have a good one.